my channel. If you're new here, my name is Claudia, or the Afro Italian doll, and if you're an old subby, thank you so much for coming back and thank you so much for sticking around. So today is a bit of a, again, I always say this, a different one, and basically we have decided to invite Bella back on the channel. And we are going to be doing like a mukbang, low-key, but then of course like having as well like a chit chat and stuff that we wanted, like and we want to like list some stuff that we wanted to tell our younger self as well. 5 things we will tell our younger self while eating, and also maybe like chat boys, relationship, dating, uni, all of that good stuff. Like I'm obsessed with that sort of conversation. Like I could actually live for it. And then maybe actually some advice if you want to take some advice from us, I guess. But yeah, let's crack on.
Yay. So what did you get, Claudia?
Boy, we got food. She got food from Enish. So this is like a Nigerian mukbang. Because Bella only eats Nigerian food.
Excuse me, I eat some other food as well.
Lol.
Like Nando's.
Ooh.
Oh, that looks good.
That is pegged. That is actually good. It's cold AF now though.
What's in it?
So basically I got suya, chicken wings. They used to put lamb. Yes. Oh wow, they properly reduced the lamb. And then I got extra chicken, and then there is like scraps of yam and a lot of salad. But yeah, what do you get there?
So I got my stuff from Enish. I got some suya as well. I got bits and bobs. I got suya and I got some yam with the sauce. I got jollof rice. And I got a big fish, guys. Let me show you.
But I love spending money.
Big fish. Love it.
She's probably not gonna eat it now.
I'm not gonna eat it now. But yeah, so that's what I got. So we're just gonna...
It's so plain. This just needs to warm up again though.
Is it? Mine's perfect. Great.
Oh my god, that's what people are gonna be looking at. Us bare chewing and shit.
Yeah, I love it.
So, I love. One of my New Year's resolution was eat less potatoes, which included yam, and I actually have been good. I actually only had potatoes.
Well, clearly not. You're just eating yam just now.
No, I had less potatoes than in general. Let's start with uni.
She already know what I'm gonna say. With uni, I would have told my younger self, don't go.
Cheers.
Do something else. Don't go.
Because you're always trying to do the apprenticeship thing, innit? Yeah, she has been banging on about it for months. I mean for years, not even months. Since I've known Bella.
But being African, being Nigerian, it's kind of like there's a lot of pressure from like not just your family but also from your peers to like just follow in the right footsteps. I don't really think uni is like the specific right footstep, especially if you don't need it or if you're not going to do anything with it. It's a good backup plan if you're willing to waste, you know, 3 years of your life or 4 years of your life. Some people even 5 years of their life. Just, you
That's
know,
a bit mad still.
just, you know, studying for something you're not going to use and being in debt. Unless you have rich parents who are willing to pay for you, I don't see the point.
For me, I say more it's like a transitional path. So I would say go if you do not know what you really want to do.
That too.
I'll actually talking about this in another video. So if you guys jumped into this video by mistake, or if you're old subby, I'm sorry if I'm saying this again. But I do think that if you go uni and you don't really know what to do, but like you luckily know the industry you want to work in, I think is great. And then at that point you might find a module where you know you kind of decide, oh, I actually really enjoyed that module, for example, so I'm actually going to pursue that after, or as my postgraduate, or I might pursue that after, like, you know, as my actual real career. I think it's really interesting, mainly for example, if you're doing like, I don't know, marketing, you might find out that you're really interested in PR and then pursue becoming a PR person or whatever they call them, you know what I mean? Or like, if you're interested in, I don't know, nursing or being a doctor, but then you really find out that it's so hard, and then, you know, there's so many different ways and like stuff that you can actually do. Or maybe like, for example, you want to become someone in finance. I do not know about that sort of like I do not know about that field, so I cannot give you like, oh, the tea and that, but I do know that there's so many things very much related to finance, you know. So I think that is a great way. And also I think for them kind of subjects and that, when it comes to like finance, like legal stuff, like of course you must have a degree, but I feel like a lot of the times if it's more of a vocational and also creative sort of space and industry, all the majority of the time you can learn on the job. So if you do manage, or I didn't like what I did at uni, but I kind of do like the industry, and then you just end up still in that sort of circle, you do learn so many stuff on the job. And if you're really lucky, you might even find like a job that actually allows you to explore your creativity and maybe create a new job role. I don't know, you know, but that's my thought behind it.
Do you know what I think? Yeah, I think that if you're like a parent watching this, it is extremely important for you to educate your kids in what their options should be in the future. And what I mean by that is, don't bombard them with telling them what they should do. You should tell them, like, try help them find what they're really good at, what they're passionate about, before they get to that point where they'll, you know, have to make choices for themselves. Like for me, I found it really hard after GCSEs. Like, I was completely lost. I knew for a fact I wanted to do something in acting, but because of what I was taught, that was a very unrealistic dream, especially because, you know, I'm black and, you know, I'm not the typical person that can, you know, make it.
You never know, though.
Yeah, that's why I put the air quote, like, you know, that's what they say, right? But you just need to educate your kids in the sense that you need to open their minds to different options, so they're not completely lost and they don't just follow the crowd. You get, because I pretty much, what I did after GCSEs, well, I just followed the crowd. I didn't do any research. I didn't do anything. I just didn't want to be left behind. I was so like peer pressured, family pressured, everything pressured, and I was just like kind of like following. I followed my best friend to her college because it seemed like she had it all together. Then after college, I followed, you know, another friend to uni because a lot of my friends were at uni. I love them, but pretty much that's what everyone else was doing. So I was like, you know what, that's got to be the next thing for me. But now I'm 21 and I'm basically I should be the poster child for, fuck it, I didn't know what I was doing. I should be the poster child because I went, how many years? 16 to 21? Is that 5 years? 5 years of my life being a follower.
Yeah.
Don't do that. So if you're a parent, you need to make sure to start educating, whether they're 10 years old, whatever age. Put your kids into extracurricular activities. Let them decide. Let them be their own. Like, I don't know the word. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But basically, just let them be the one to pick their own path. And let it be a path where they've kind of like, they're set. You know what I mean? Like, they're passionate about it. Because now I've had to start thinking of, what am I passionate about? Like, I've spent 5 years being a follower. I could have used all that time practicing
to figure something out. Yeah.
What I love to do. But yeah, so that's what I've got to say to you.
Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. I, like, even now, I kind of know what I want to do, but I still don't. It's so weird that you think I'm about to finish uni in like, what, let me say 6 months. Yeah, when I tell you I am the worst curriculum person, like my friends ask that shit, always ask me like, how you in third year? And I'm like, I just do my coursework when I need to. But now it's a bit mad because it's actually like the final piece and all of that stuff, and I haven't even started doing 9 about it. So yeah, I'm feeling hella pressured, but then I am thinking, I'm like, what the hell am I doing after that?
The best advice someone gave me is that everyone in their 20s, we all thought we would have figured it out by now.
Boy.
Realistically, no one has figured it out. Unless your parents did what I just said, and now you're making millions on YouTube, or like you're some actress, you're some kid actress or whatever. And if you're in your 20s and you're just a normal person like us, you definitely haven't got it figured out. Like, you're definitely...
Well, not all the time. Some people just
Not all the time, yeah. Some people
what
know.
they wanna do.
Like, for example, our friend Blessing, she definitely knows that she wants to be a lawyer. Yeah. She definitely knows that. And, like, honestly, so happy that she figured that out. And it worked out in her favour. But it's just like 90% of the time, you don't know.
Like, for me, it's more like, as well, like, I know where I want to work in and stuff, but then I'm like...
Like, what department do you want to be in?
Like, I want to be in marketing. So it's going to be, like, a nice little everything, my hands in everything, and, like, controlling everything low-key. It's a bit more complicated than that. I don't want to get too detailed in this right now. But it's more like, oh, my God. Like... The music industry is quite a tricky one to get into, first of all. Second of all, I'm a female. Third of all, I'm black. Fourth of all...
Oh, the odds are against you, babes.
Fourth of all, we're going through a pandemic, which means there is nothing,
the world
music
is literally in
related going on. It's mad. Now, I had so many plans for last year. For my music stuff, which was actually quite good, doing good and stuff, and it just went down so bad, and I was like, it doesn't make any sense for me to even pursue this right now, because I do not have the funds to be doing something that hasn't even started off the ground, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm a bit all over the place, but it should be fine, it should be fine.
At the end of the day, guys, just remember, don't feel too pressured. Don't feel pressured at all. Don't pressure yourself.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Instagram people saying this. Don't feel pressure if you haven't got it figured out by 20.
It's okay. It's okay. Because if you pressure yourself, the pressure is not a nice thing. Just take your time.
But yeah.
Why did this conversation go there?
Huh? I know, it's so deep now. Sorry guys, we didn't really actually want to make it so deep, but it does get so deep sometimes when you just thinking like raw.
That's life, babes.
But yeah, how's your dating life going now?
Fuck you boyfriend having bitch.
It's not even like that. Like, we can actually talk low key about our relationship, like the real tea about it. You know, no one really actually talks about how it is to be in a relationship. Really, everyone talks always about, oh my God, I'm single. This, that.
And that relationship is not easy. It's not meant to be easy.
Yes and no. That's why I even disagree with that. I'm like, it's meant to be easy. Yes and no. I'm like. It's not easy from the time. Yeah, exactly, not all the time. I feel like if you're in a good relationship, you are gonna have your ups and downs. You are gonna have that month where you're literally on each other's neck, like anything the other person do just pisses you off, apart from the hormones or anything like that. But then, like, you know, low key, oh my God, I still love you, like, so bad. But you get what I mean? Like, it does get like that.
I don't know what you mean, but sure.
Whatever. But then I'm like, there's just some people that I look at all these relationship pages or whatever, and people giving their comments and stuff, and just saying like I just like to test my man, this, that. I'm like, you know what I mean? Just like giving that, creating. I understand sometimes creating drama, but sometimes I'm thinking.
Are they that bored?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like. Because I don't know if they say it as a joke, you know, like, oh, because they just want to look like fun or whatever. But then I do really believe that just bad girls, mainly on Twitter, that just create drama for no reason, like in their relationship or whatever. I'm just thinking, like, why?
You don't deserve to be in a relationship, baby. Bring your man over here. I'll treat
like
him.
just stressing the guy out or whatever, or vice versa, like just testing the water, like I don't understand. I don't know if I'm boring and I don't like you know, like I don't know how to explain it.
It's just stupid. Some girls just like to see like how far they can take it. Innit?
Yeah. And I'm just there like, why?
It's because they're bored and they're just toxic babes, bro.
I feel like an advice that I will actually give you, like from my experience. If you are just getting into a relationship, or if you have been in one, you probably would know this. Depends on, like, everyone is different. But I've noticed not to compare my relationship with each other, with other people's. Which sometimes has got me in trouble.
So for the single girls, right? Listen. Do you know what? I want to say I'm single. I am single.
She's not single.
I'm single. But I'm in a bit of a dilemma. I don't want to say long distance. And by long distance, I mean my guy's in Africa.
That's very long distance.
He used to live here, but Corona happened, and you know, everyone had to go back home and whatever.
It's a pandemic.
It's a pandemic. But do you know what? I don't even mind. I guess spending some alone time is good for the soul. You take it. It's good for the soul. But so technically, I am single.
You on this rice?
Not really allowed to, you know, date. But when I was dating, oh my gosh, do I have a story for you? So there was one time, because these people have been kind of like pushing me to go on dates, right? Because I don't really. All of you.
No, I never did.
You've told me that, Bella, you've never been on a date. Oh my gosh,
I said as in like, oh, you've never been on a date, like.
I'm feeling pressured that I've never been on a date.
Nah, I allow you, fam. I meant it like, oh, go on a date, like, it's nice.
Corona happened, right? And it's just like everyone's having, not a midlife crisis, but just like a realization that, you know, fuck shit, like, we might all die this year, well, last year, was kind of like everyone's fear. So I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna go, when the place opened back up and, you know, it was closing back at 10 p.m, I decided to go on a date with some guy that, you know, just kind of walked up to me and, you know, asked me out and whatever. So I went to the place. It's like a big, and then I was kind of like,
say that, it's shocking.
Oh yeah. I went to Westfield, right, guys? So I went there early. I went there around like 7. We were meant to meet at 7, but he changed because he was coming back from work. Yada yada yada. Guys, so I went to Westfield because I thought I could get some stuff. I went early because I thought, you know, I could buy some stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it's like almost 8. Like, where is this guy? So I called him. And he was like,
it's to the up.
No. Oh. It was like, it's on his way, right? I'm like,
why is he late?
Because he called me, said he was gonna be late.
Nah, allow that, fam.
No, because he left work late. He left work at 7.
What does that?
He was meant to leave work at 6, but he left work at 7.
What job did he do? Tell me.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
But so I was like, okay, it's 8. Okay, cool. And he said he's going home and he's gonna, you know, meet me in a bit. I was like, cool.
What?
Was like,
nah, Bella, that's fucking
You
rude.
think that's bad? Wait for the story. I went to the bar we usually go. Remember the bar we go, like, where we get a bottle of wine or whatever. And I was just like waiting outside. I was like walking around Westfield because obviously the shops close early. So I was like, bro, it's like past 8. Like,
I would have left.
Guys, I waited 4 hours.
No! Don't say that! You never told me that.
Because it was so embarrassing.
You never fucking told me
Because it was so embarrassing.
Why would you do that?
Do you know what it was here? It was constantly like calling me and stuff.
And
saying
off.
he's stuck in traffic.
Nah, that's a lie.
Do you know what?
Fam, black people, man. You should know this more
than
than
you. What? Now I know it's a lie. Because the thing was,
even though I wasn't hearing cars or anything. Or music playing in the background.
Not really.
He was at home.
Not really, no. And then it was like, I was like, cool. I was like, bro, like, I'm gonna go home because it's cold, right? And it was like, no, I'm on my way, like, I'm coming, I'm sure we can still find something open. I'm like, everything closed at 10, it's past 10. Like, what are you talking about? It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm gonna go home. I'm freezing my butt off, like, I wanna go home.
When was this again?
This was like, I don't even know.
I must have been like October, November, because it's cold.
Yeah.
Yo, was Bella? You never told me.
I was just like, you know what? Just to like go on a date and say I've been on a date before.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, oh. Then he came, right? He came and it was like, oh, what's opened?
4 hours.
And I was like, I don't
later.
know. Like the only thing that's fucking opened is McDonald's. So I was just like, I already got myself takeaway. Like delivery literally came to meet me at the station, and I got also hungry. I got delivery.
Why didn't you just walk to the place?
Fam, no, like I already got food. I got food from like Creams or something. I got dessert, and so when I met him, I was feeling some weird type of vibe with this guy, you know, and then. I was like, it was cool, it was nice or whatever. I took a picture because I was telling him I'm not getting in your car, but I was like, you know, I have to because it's like.
Yeah.
And then I took a picture of his the car. I took a picture of him. I sent it to a friend of mine just so she knows where I am.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, fam. I don't know this guy. And I'm getting this car. Like, guys, don't ever get in a stranger's car.
I'm confused though. So you literally just met in the streets.
We met.
You're just walking, kind of thing. You always speak. I saw this girl always speak.
But it was kind of cute. It was cute. It was young. It was cute. He had a car. Like I was like, okay, this is like a not well off, but like I thought it was a normal person, right? So we were driving and we went to McDonald's drive-thru. I'm like, bro, you said you was hungry. Like, do you want to get yourself McDonald's? But no, he parked in the corner, right? And then like, you know, put his chair back. I think I don't know what the fuck this guy's thinking is about to happen because I don't know why you drove.
No,
I'm sorry. This is why I don't think I'll ever go because they'd be expecting like you didn't even buy me dinner and you want to be expecting something for some reason.
How old was he?
Like 26. I was literally like I was just there like very. I feel like this guy was like running from something because when I tell you. He kept going like this, like it was so paranoid, Claudia. It was so.
Nah, but I don't do that. Why?
I swear.
Do you even chat on the phone? Like actually, like.
Yeah, we chat all the time, which is why because it was like I stood him up like a couple times, which is why I was like to myself, you know what, Bella, stop like telling people, stop giving excuses and just go on a date, right? Because that's what I always do. I always give people excuses why I can't go, but I was just like, just go. But obviously, I had my location on. I had my location on, and I sent it to my friend so she can see where I am because it was bare. It was bare like
anxious,
like it was so paranoid, like someone's following him or something. So obviously, maybe I was like, why are you paranoid? Like, why are you there staring? Like, are you running for something? He was like, no, I'm just making sure nobody hits my car. I'm like, then I was just like, I've had enough, and I was like, can you take me to the station, please? Like, I want to go home. And he never messaged me, he never called me, he never texted me, he never did anything and stuff. And like, he would always ask questions when we were talking. It was so awkward that I was so quiet, like I want to go home. And it was like, you're a quiet girl, aren't you? I was like, I'm not quiet, babes.
I just don't vibe with you,
I feel like I just go with vibes, I just go with the flow.
Yeah, that happens.
Whatever. I was just scared that my guy might have a gun in the car or something.
Might have.
Because I was like, why are you so paranoid? Like, what are you paranoid
Imagine it was getting chased with like gangs or something, fam.
Honestly, that's what my head was. I was so scared. I was like, and they will, if they're gonna hurt him, they're gonna hurt whoever's in the car with him. And I don't know this guy. I don't know him. So I was like, nah, Bella, it's time for you to go home. It's time for you to go home. It was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, take me to the station.
It was for me. It was the fact that you waited there for that long. I would have gone. At that point,
I can't even believe I did that.
My worst one.
I don't even know him.
I've had bad ones. my dating years were not cool, mate. Like I'm so glad it's over. My mom cannot actually hear this, so basically I will not even forward her this video because so basically me and this guy were chatting, so we met actually like 2-3 times already. Like we're actually talking, and it was from what is it, lip gloss?
I think so.
And we were actually talking, and we met like 3-4 times already. He was from Kent or somewhere like around there. Yeah, Kent. And actually he was sketchy from the beginning, so we met on POF or whatever, like back POF days.
POF?
Plenty of fish.
What? There's an app called Plenty of Fish.
It's lit though. It was lit at the time.
Plenty of fishes in the sea.
POF was lit, but it was way better than Tinder because you could just check. Literally, everyone would get into your inbox, and sometimes the thing with Tinder, if you don't actually swipe. Yeah, but like how it is back in the, when like 2-3 years ago when I was 18 or whatever. If you don't actually swipe, you wouldn't match with anyone really. And sometimes I was like, I don't fucking have time to be fucking swiping and shit. Like, it's very long. Like, just text me when I text me. If I'm interested, I'll text you back kind of vibe, you know. So yeah, it was POF. Anyway, he was looking like, he was like, oh, I live in Essex actually. He lived in like Colchester, back in Colchester. Yeah. Colchester, Chelmsford, one of those two with the sea, that's like with sea in Essex. And he worked in Colchester, but then he lived in Kent. And I was like, why? You know? But actually, he did actually have a house.
What you're talking about?
Yeah. Shut up! And then, oh my God, man. And then, he told me, he basically already lied that he went to the army, that he just worked as an admin in the army, like, you know, like just actual operations, like, you know, computer office work in the army. However, he was actually in the army. And I have like bad feelings, bad vibes with people that do them kind of jobs. Like, sorry for that kind of job. Like, I just don't
worry, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've been with an army girl before.
Is it?
They're weird. They're weird, fam. If you start talking about their job, it's like,
Isn't it?
no. We're doing that, bro. Calm the flip down.
No, but like it wasn't like I just anyone that kind of like, I know it's very weird. It's in my head. I'm weird like that. So he lied already about that because he asked me questions about it, and I was like, why is this guy asking me questions about the army? Like, that's so weird. Fine, you just work in the office. And then I actually found out that he actually worked there. So first red flag, first lie, blah blah blah. So best believe, yeah, I should actually tell the whole fourth day. I met him the first time. It stood me up. I cannot even believe myself. I almost bought a ticket to Colchester that day. So I actually haven't even left my house. I was like, we were chatting in the morning, and then in the afternoon, like almost at the time we were meant to meet, because it's just an hour from my house. And the time we were actually meant to meet, he was like, just disappeared. Yeah. He just like, an hour before we was meant to meet, he just stopped replying. So I was like, are you gonna reply? I'm not leaving my house or doing my makeup if you don't reply. I was like, reply by this time or I'm not coming at all. I was like, oh, I'm not coming at all. And then he never replied. The next day, 2 days later, 4 days later, a week later, best believe you, a whole month later. He was like, I'm so sorry. I had drama with my nan. He was sick that day. That just some mad excuse that I did believe in. And I just genuinely do not even understand why I actually be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's meet again. You know, let's actually meet when you're not paying, you're not rich, like nothing.
Guys,
like,
loneliness can do shit.
You know, like nothing that literally nothing that ticked my box. And on top of that, one of the things that is not my pet peeve, but like one thing that I want on a guy, it must be taller than me, because I'm already quite short. So I'm like,
short.
It was my height. And I was just like,
I'm sorry to the short.
Like not even like hench or anything, like proper skinny. And I was like, oh, I don't know, yeah, because the picture looked weird, innit? Anyway, so we met the first time, yeah. Best believe, I was like, oh, I'm not even that hungry. Like, genuinely, I wasn't that hungry. Not even, I wasn't trying to make him spend pee or nothing on the first day. I finally met him or whatever. I wasn't even that hungry and I didn't want a burger or whatever. So I was like, oh, let's just share like a platter. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the toilet. Like, oh, make sure, I just said that as a joke. Make sure you don't have the food like before I come back. Yeah. Like, you know, best believe the food came, my guy started eating. The food came, the guy started eating. I was like, are you actually eating? What are you doing?
That's crazy. You couldn't wait for you to come back from the toilet.
It's not that even that, you know when you're like,
it reminds me of Joey from Friends, if you guys watch Friends.
You remember what? That was some sort of juju or something that was worrying me, because
I swear.
God forbid But I swear down, I do not know what I saw in that guy. Anyway, oh yeah. So basically, like, we was like, oh, okay, like, let's have like a nice romantic day, blah blah blah, in like a hotel in London, like proper nice, this that. So because London at the time, you know, it's not like now, like it was everywhere was booked, and we proper decide like last minute. And the prices last minute were looking all a bit mad, and he was gonna pay for everything, and because I was like, I'm not putting my money in this. Met him in London Bridge, all the places in London, whatever, booked out for the night, whatever. So he was all right, let's go to Kent. Maybe they have places there. Just started calling people, blah blah blah. We found a nice, really nice, like old school cottage kind of place, whatever. So yeah, we spent the night there, whatever was going on, like proper getting drunk and everything. Best believe I was that way that I just fell asleep in it, and then I wake up the next morning, the guy is not there.
You fucking told me this. You told me this. You told me why as well.
I was just shocked, mate. I was just shocked. I was baffled. So long story short, I leave. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was meant to come before you woke up because you were snoring and I couldn't sleep, so I went to sleep in my mom's couch. I was like, I don't understand that. And then best believe I found out that he had a girlfriend the whole time we were dating. So that's probably the reason why he had to go, because she probably freaked out. Where are you today? Like, what are you doing? Kind of vibe. So that's why he probably had to go. And yeah, it was all a bit mad. Yeah, she texted me. She was like, oh, was he dating this guy? And I was like, she was like, do you know this guy? I was like, yeah, it was dating back in the day. And she was like, dating? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, what? We've been together for 5 years. And I'm like, men are trash.
5 years?
Men are trash, fam.
Because we actually went off topic, so we didn't actually talk about what we were meant to talk about.
What were we meant to talk about?
What we would tell our younger selves.
Oh, yeah.
So what is the one thing you'll tell your younger self, Claudia?
Don't worry, the glow up is arriving soon.
It did, didn't it?
Like, the glow... I was like... Mainly living in Italy was all a bit mad, fam. There was no like black role model I could really look at. Like, you know, here like you see black girls looking pang, and you're like, I wanna be like, there's not anyone really like that I could be like, I wanna be like her, you know. So I was just lost and found. And yeah, that's one of the things. Another thing is actually trust the like basically the same thing. Trust the process. Another thing is, do not allow these white people to touch your hair. Like, the way sometimes I am just thinking and deeper now of a different part of my life and my childhood and my, let me call it, secondary school hood, where white people be touching my hair just out of nowhere without asking. I'm just a bit like rude. Like, I'm a bit like, what? What's your thing that you used to say to you want to take to your younger self?
I feel like I need a few more years to actually get to the point where I can say this to myself.
Well, but like, you know, like your early 20s, yeah, you're in the early 20s, you can't...
What would I have said to my
13-year-old self?
13-year-old self. Them bitches ain't shit.
Yeah. By that space.
Literally. Telling you right now, honestly, and another thing I would have told myself is stand up for yourself more. Because them bitches ain't shit. Remember that.
What's another thing that you would tell your younger self?
Another thing I would have told my younger self is, you are beautiful, baby girl. Whatever you're most insecure about, that's gonna end up being something that you're gonna want to show off the most.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Bella's channel. She's got a channel here. She's part of the family. She's part of the YouTube gang. And make sure you follow her on her socials. And also make sure you subscribe. Why am I fidgeting? Why am I moving my hands like that? I'm like, make sure you... Anyway,
guys, do the Claudia.
Thank you. That should be another new thing. Thank you so much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you follow me on our channel. Make sure you follow me on my channel, or follow me subscribed to both channels. Make sure you follow me on my socials. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out.
Bye.